Hello, students, and welcome. We have a very, very special treat today. Today, we're going to go to a festival. It's been a while, maybe since some of us have been to a festival, but we're going to a festival. We'll be going to the Lantern Festival, which in some traditions, this is held in many places of East Asia. And Daoism, this is in honor of one of their great emperors of the past. This is to celebrate the birthday of that emperor. Now, it does have different meanings in different contexts, but we will be going to a festival, so I hope you're ready. All right, but before that, let's just go over a few points that we've been studying in class. All right, what we know now is that starting around the Han era, this great Taoist master, Lao Tzu, his teachings there will be individuals who claim to have encounters with him through visions. And through these encounters, new scriptures are born. Remember, Lao Tzu is associated with the Tao Te Ching, a very famous scripture that most historians say was developed over time by multiple authors, but really begins in the Zhou era. Zhou, again, is a dynasty that exists before the Han. Taoism becomes an organized religion, something that we would call an organized religion, with a canon of religious books, with rituals, with rules, with doctrines and beliefs. All right, so beginning around 142 CE, this is Zhang Daoling, has a vision of Lao Tzu. And there'll be other individuals who claim visionary experiences. And over time, starting with these visionary experiences, ideas and rituals and practice from different religious movements come together. We saw last lecture the Shangqing movement, the Lingbao movement, the Huanglao reform movements. These different groups throughout history come together and have ideas of how to experience the Tao. What did Lao Tzu truly teach? How does one find harmony between heaven and earth based on the teachings of the ancient masters? So these different ideas and different individuals and practices come together. And the aims are harmony with Tao, and then rituals. And this week in the modules, you'll see a lot of videos of rituals using the principles of yin and yang to please the gods, to heal the ill. We also start to see the development of alchemy, external alchemy, using substances like mercury and cinnabar, different herbs said to create a longer life, open up one's consciousness. And then internal alchemy. We saw this with groups like the Celestial Masters last week, beliefs that through meditation, through visualization within, harnessing one's inner energy or chi, one could become immortal, and one could leave one's own body and go to different planes of different celestial beings. All right, Taoism today, when we talk about Taoism today, it comes down to really kind of three principles: good conduct, and borrows heavily from the Confucian ideas of good conduct, but maybe articulated more in terms of doing what is natural, what naturally harmonizes us with our world, our society, and with each other. There'll be rituals of balance done throughout the year, for example, during the new year. And though a continuation of practices of internal alchemy, Tai Chi, Qi Gong, different types of moving meditation will be examples of what Taoists would at least describe as internal alchemy. So this week we'll meet a few of the divine beings. We're going to look at a few Taoist rituals. We're going to visit at least one place of popular pilgrimage, and we're going to go to our festival. So let's get started. Of the deities of Taoism, we have the three pure ones. In some traditions, these are all manifestations of Lao Tzu, but these are the original beings of the universe and are said to be pure manifestations. They are the Tao personified in three beings. These are the three highest gods, and some later scholars would call this the Holy Trinity of Taoism. And they represent the primordial Qi of heaven, so the energy of the heavens, the Qi of humanity, and the Qi, the energy of earth. Another popular deity is the Jade Emperor. And as we have been recalled, this idea that emperors are divine. Well, the Jade Emperor is the most divine emperor. This is Yu Huang, the emperor of the Taoist pantheon, and he is the emperor associated with supreme justice. So all the other gods and goddesses are under the rule or jurisdiction of Yu Huang. So again, the myriad of gods and goddesses the Chinese religions of the world report to him, except for the three beings we just met. And he rules heaven and is the role model for the emperor on earth. The emperor on earth of whatever dynasty ought to rule as the Jade Emperor of heaven rules. And here's one of the goddesses. This is the Queen Mother of the West, or the Golden Mother of the Jasper Lake. She has different names and different forms throughout East Asia. But in short, this is a goddess who is one with the Tao and has obtained immortality. And we can remember that as Taoism develops into an organized religion, the quest for immortality, the ideal of becoming immortal, becomes more and more important. So the Queen Mother is believed to have obtained immortality, and all of the women who obtain immortality, she's kind of their leader, their role model. And in some traditions, she'll bless marriage and childbirth that takes place here on earth. So that's the Queen Mother of the West. So Taoist rituals, and you'll see many of those in this week's videos. Taoist rituals, so what do? In short, they harness the power of Qi, the five elements, and they combine the forces of yin and yang. So they're working with the energies and the properties of the universe. But why? Well, that's to bring harmony and balance in the universe, to bring harmony and balance within the individual, and to bring harmony and balance within society. Well, how do you do that? Well, often selected lay or monastic. Monastic means someone has been ordained as a monk or nun. So selected lay or monastic specialists, they'll recite texts, perform dances, they'll use sacred objects and performances that bring together these powers of yin and yang. And you can see on page 90 to 91 of your textbook, the common parts of a Taoist ritual. You have purificatory rites. So these are rites of cleansing the body, the breath, the mind. So if one is to communicate with the great immortal masters, or to please the gods, or to attempt to experience oneness with the Tao, one must be in a purified state. So clean clothes. Think about different traditions where you have to be clean before you enter a religious holy space. Think about wearing, your Sunday bests, washing before entering the mosque in Islam. After one is pure, one can then make offerings to the ancestors, offerings to the great masters of the past, offerings to the Jade Emperor, the Queen Mother of the West. And there are two these are the two foundational practices. Jai and Jiao are the two foundational practices, purification and offering. Purification and offering. Purification comes first, then the offerings are made. Last week, we talked about a movement that emerges within Daoism, and this is the Lingbao, it was the Lingbao movement, and the texts of the Lingbao are the most common, and these preach about rituals to bring salvation to individuals, to the community, and to the ancestors. So there's the external rituals, and then we have the inner alchemy, working with qi, working with, for anyone who's maybe studied yoga, the vital breath, the prana, working with the energies of the body to experience this oneness with the Tao and to prolong one's life, to achieve higher states of being. Pilgrimage, you see a lot of stairs there. So Taoism has many pilgrimage sites. These pilgrimage includes journeys to human constructed sanctuaries, such as temples, as well as auspicious natural environments like lakes and mountains. In the Taoist context, buildings were historically designed for reciting prayers, donating offerings to deities, and contemplating. Contemplating would be a form of this, what we call this inner alchemy. Mountains are especially important. Mountains and caves contain a very high degree of qi, energy, and are said to be the home of the gods. And there's 5 major sacred mountains. Let's just look at one. This is Mount Tai or Taishan. This is the Taoist mountain of the East in modern-day Shandong province in China. So what we're going to do is let's just go to this mountain. So mountains, think about different sacred mountains that throughout the world. Mount Kailash, for example, in Tibet, which is a sacred center for Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism. All right, let's take a look. Oh, that's our festival. Oh, here's our mountain. Put our captions on. All right, everybody, so let's get ready to go up a mountain. We're gonna have to go up a lot. There's no elevator. At least I don't think there's an elevator that I know of. So we got some stairs to climb. Let's get ready. And let's go.
Stairs to perpetual youth and longevity, Taishan, Mount Tai. The city of Tai'an is in Shandong province in China. It has a series of remarkable historical buildings. This is the Dai Miao, or temple. It's a shrine to the god of Taishan and is a key spiritual center for Taoists. The god of Taishan is believed to control the human lifespan. The long climb to the top of Taishan starts from this gate. 7,000 stone steps up to the summit were built by the first Qing emperor. He held a ceremony at the summit following the country's unification to proclaim peace to the god of heaven. Successive emperors also held ceremonies at the summit to show reverence to heaven. Many temples and shrines were built along the route. Taishan became a popular pilgrimage destination. There are poems and scholarly teachings written on the rocks. The carvings create a unique atmosphere. There's a steep stretch near the top known as the 18 Bends. A small shrine nearby is dedicated to the grandmother of Taishan. The gate on the right connects heaven and earth. It's believed that one can become an immortal hermit by passing through this gate. The South Heaven Gate is at the top of the mountain. The street beyond it is known as the Heavenly Street. Giant rocks stand in rows just below the summit. This one was placed when the Emperor Xuanzong of the Tang dynasty held a ceremony here in the year 726. These Chinese characters, Feng Shan, mean to honor heaven and earth. The ceremony to pray for heaven was held here, and at the foot of the mountain for the earth. This is the Jade Emperor Peak. It's more than 1,500 meters above sea level. There's a small temple to the god of Taishan at the top. The incense sticks dedicated here are longer than usual, supposedly in association with the wish for long life. Legend states that there is a book at the top of Mount Taishan that has a record of everybody's lifespan.
All right, well, that concludes our pilgrimage. Let's take a look a little bit more at the world of Taoism. All right, and finally, we're going to end the lecture by talking a little bit about some of the festivals. So all religions have festivals, and the festivals of Taoism, these honor days associated with those beings who have obtained immortality, past great Taoist emperors, Taoist gods and goddesses, and important dates in the liturgical, the calendar with its cycle of prayers and rituals. Next week, we're going to go to a variety of different festivals, but for today, let's take a look at the Lantern Festival. This is the first day of the 15th month in honor of the birthday of Tianguan, the Taoist emperor associated with good fortune. So we can see behind me our Lantern Festival. And let's go take a look at, let's go hang out at the festival, everyone. Let's go enjoy a little bit some of the festival. Oh, we're still at the pilgrimage. Oh, and this is our Lantern Festival. All right, everyone, let's enjoy.
The 15th day of the first month in the Chinese lunar calendar is Yuan Xiaojie, known in English as the Lantern Festival. In Chinese, Yuan refers to the first month, and Xiao is an old word for night. Thus, the name can roughly be translated as Night of the First Month. This is also the 15th and final day of Chunjie. This festival dates back to the Han Chao and has many legends regarding its origins, as do most Chinese holidays. In ancient times, children would carry paper lanterns to temples and try to solve the Deng Mi. These days, parks all over China set up elaborate lanterns in the run-up to the festival. Here are some highlights from the Lantern Festival at the Da Guan Lou Gongyuan, located in the city of Kunming. This being Yunnan, some of the displays are dedicated to the Shaoshu Minzu, the ethnic minorities who call this province home. It seems like a dream world with all of the colors and elaborate lanterns. Walk through this star path and get to the lake, where there's a lot more to see. Check out these cool ducks. Or Kunming's most famous birds, the Hai-O. Some lanterns are cheesy advertisements, some are quite elaborate, and some have Chinese idioms, such as Lian Nian You Yu, which sounds the same as have extra every year. It really is a beautiful sight, and it's a great way to spend an evening. Keep walking, and you may find some cartoon characters. Xiao Niao, Di Si Ni, and Xianyang. You may even see one dedicated to a famous song. Of course, it wouldn't be China without a lantern for the Xiong Mao. From there, things start to get a bit trippy. Are we in China or at a fish concert? I mean, look, this is the tent near the snack stands, complete with a breathing flower inside. Walk past this music-themed lantern, over the Lotus Bridge, and check out the ode to the Chinese Shang Xiao. Write a message on the wall to wish everyone luck in the year of the sheep ram goat.
All right, everyone. Well, I'll let you at this point of the class go out and explore the festival on your own. But please do stay safe, do stay well, and stay tuned.